I'm back today with another lovely, a story time. And since it's like March, everybody knows March time in the college world is like spring break time. So I decided to give you guys a story time that I had from spring break, and this is about the time when I got hit by a deer in spring break. It was really crucial. So this all happened my last spring break in college, and it was so crazy because I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I was gonna go out of town. I didn't know anything about specifically what I was gonna do. I just knew that I was leaving Tallahassee. That's what I knew. I knew I was leaving Tallahassee. So I'm from South Florida. I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to go to Miami like everybody goes. I was supposed to go on a cruise. That didn't work out. And I ended up talking to my best friend, and my best friend lives in Texas. So she's like, let's just go to New Orleans. And I never been to New Orleans. So we went to New Orleans. Like, I had an okay time. Like, I was dating this dude or whatever. You know how that goes. I was dating him. We broke up spring break. Long story short, we made up. And then I decided when I was coming back to Tallahassee that I was going to go to Panama City. Because at first I was like, when we broke up, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Panama City. I'm going to go to the beach. Like, he don't want me. He acting, he tripping, like, whatever. I'm going to the beach. So, but then we made up. And I still wanted to go to the beach. So I was totally going to the beach with my friends. So I had called my mom and I was like, Mom, I'm going to Panama City like after I leave New Orleans. And she's like, no, why are you going? You shouldn't go to New Orleans. Da 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 da. You already came for one trip. Like, why you going on another one? And I'm just like, as kids, you just like, like, this is my last spring break. I want to turn up. I want to turn up with my crew. Like, nobody went with me to New Orleans except for my best friend. And our trip kind of got ruined when my boyfriend broke up with me. So, I'm like, you know what? Let me just go to Panama City and, have a good time. I'm at least going for one day. It's only two and a half hours, I think, from Tallahassee. So I thought. So the time comes and I called my cousin. My cousin was going to UCF at the time. She used to go to FAM, but then she transferred and went to UCF. So she came up from Orlando. My other friend, Stasia, she came. She rode with us, and her little dog, Chloe. So it's the morning of us going to Panama City. So we all dressed. We got our bathing suits on. Like, I got my bathing suit on, cover up on, everything. So we're getting in the car. We're driving. I think we're like an hour and a half in the trip. And then when you go to Panama City from Tallahassee, the time starts to change. So the time had changed while we were going on the trip. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm just driving on my little like 2-lane road. And next thing I know, like, I'm literally driving, and I noticed like a deer, like, at the side, like, on my rear, like, on my left side. I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking anything because I'm still driving. Next thing I know, it was so quick, like, the deer just, like, literally hit my car. Like, the deer committed suicide. Like, seriously, suicide. Like, Bambi wanted to die that day. Bambi seriously wanted to die. So I'm like, I kind of feel a little awkward because I'm from South Florida. I ain't used to seeing no deers, not in no broad daylight. Like, I'm like, this don't happen. Like, bro, like, seriously, I really just got like hit by a deer. So I mean, everything happened so fast. Like, the deer literally like hit my car, and I kind of just like veered off into the side of the road, and like I'm like touching myself like, oh my gosh. Like, now meanwhile, Chloe, the dog, is in the back seat. I'm thinking, animals can sense things. Chloe ain't sense nothing. She was asleep the whole time we got hit. I'm a little jittery. I can't get out of my car because my car door is basically like smashed in, and anybody knows when you get hit by an animal, it's like getting hit by a real car. So pretty much my car was like tore up. My side, my driver's side, my door was like smushed in. My tire was like basically like caved in. It was flat. The deer just freaking messed up my freaking car. So, you know, when you get into an accident, you gotta call your parents, you gotta call your insurance, you gotta call these people. And now my mom is not the calmest parent in the world. So I call her and she's just like, what happened? You got into an accident again? Now, swoop, segue, let me go backtrack real quick. This is my second spring break accident. I had an accident before. It's like every time I'm on spring break, something happens with my car. So this is the second time for spring break that I've gone into an accident in my car. So she's like flipping out. I'm like, I don't even really want to talk to her. I kind of just hang up the phone because we really don't have that much service anyway. And I called her off my cousin's phone. So my dad calls back and he's like talking to my cousin. So I noticed that, honestly, through all this, I didn't notice that this white couple had like parked behind us. So they come out and they have like a little accident. They're like, oh, y'all okay? And I'm like, yeah, we're fine. They're like, did y'all call the cops or whatever? We didn't even really call the cops yet. We called them eventually. Andy and Opie came. I'll get to that part of the story later. So they came out and they're like, oh, well, where were y'all trying to go? And we're just like, you know, we were trying to go to Panama City, but it didn't really work out. So then they were nice enough, gracious enough to wait for us till the cops come. So then the cops came and then they're like, you know what happened? Basically, blase. We tell them, you know, the deer. You can see the deer in the road. Bambi is totally dead. Denzel. So everybody's like looking at the deer like, oh, you know, this is a nice piece of deer. Like maybe somebody should put it on the back of their truck. And I'm just looking like, I don't have no car and y'all talking about eating this deer. Like, come on now. So the couple, they're like, well, you guys shouldn't waste a beautiful day. You know, y'all should still go to the beach. And we're just looking like, lady, I am not trying to go to no beach. So, like, the main reason why we're going to Panama was because our other friends, my old roommate and my homegirl, I'm going to call her Sasha. Sasha was in Panama. So pretty much we called them. And I'm like, yo, we got into an accident. Like, can y'all come pick us up? And then my homegirl, she was like, oh, whatever. She's like, she on the way. I was like, oh, okay. So then my roommate calls me. And she's just like, she's all kind of frantic. Like, I'm trying to hear her. Like, I don't know. I guess her and my friend had got into it at the time. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what the heck is going on at this point. I'm just like, whatever, I don't have no car. And she's trying to tell me like my friend's tripping. I'm like, man, I don't want to hit her right now. Like, I don't have no car. Like, she's like, I know, whatever, we'll just talk about it later as long as y'all, I guess, straight or whatever. So we hang up. So the cops just looking at us like, oh, well, where are you guys gonna tow the car? And I'm just like, I can't drive the car. And I really couldn't drive my car, pretty much. So I didn't even know where we was taking the car at. So I called my dad and he gets on the phone and he calls, 'cause he's a level-headed one. So he gets on the phone and he calls the tow truck company and the insurance, blah. They make all this, you know, they make everything happen. And then basically they towed my car to Alabama, a whole other state. So then my car goes to Alabama. I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, I'm already pissed off. They didn't ruin my day. First of all, I can't go to the beach. Second of all, I ain't got no car when we go back to school. How am I get around? So, at this point, I'm just looking at Andy and Opie. And that's the cops. And I'm just looking all pitiful because I don't know what else to do. So we still don't have no ride. We're in the middle of nowhere with no cellular service. My friend said she on the way, but she don't even know where we're at. So he's like, oh, well, I could take y'all up to the Burger King. And I'm like, the Burger King? I'm like, where is that? He's like, oh, it's right up the street, like 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm like, I guess. So then the cop's like, oh, do you want to stop and look at the deer before we leave? I'm like, honestly, I want to get out the car and kick the deer. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for all y'all who are with animal cruelty or whatever. I was really like, I was pissed. I was 38 high. Like, I really wanted to kick this deer. Like, I was like really upset because I feel like the deer had ruined my plans. But in all, a lesson, like, I don't usually get spiritual on my channel, but the deer hitting us that day was like a life lesson that opened my eyes to like a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, like people that was in my life, relationships I had. Like, for me getting hit by that deer, it did not stop anything in my life that day. Like, that day, literally, for me being hit by that deer showed me a lot of things about a lot of people. So I mean, after that, and even when the cops had stopped us, and not stopped us, but even when the cops were there and they were just talking to us about, you know, the accident, he was like, well, you know what, at least you guys didn't go too far, because 20 miles ahead, it was a fatality. And I was still upset about my car. Of course, anybody's gonna be upset, like, your car is like ruined. I was just upset, and I didn't really register that, you know, we just had like we had an accident. We got hit by an animal, pretty much. That's a major accident, and a freak accident at that. And we lived. Like, we literally like got out the car, walked into another car, and left. And not too many people can say that, because that year a lot of people were dying that year in spring break, and it really wasn't. It didn't really register to me then, but it did now. That, like, I don't know who you guys believe in, but I know I believe in God. And I'll say that I totally believe in God. And God is so amazing that he had a deer come out of nowhere. When I say nowhere, hit my car, because that's what the deer did, hit my car, so that me, my cousin, and my friend could live. Because had we drove further into Panama or wherever the heck we were at, we probably would have died. But we didn't. Now, segue back to the ratchetness that's about to occur after this story. So, after that, you know, after I'm like not trying to hit the deer and everything, and I'm like going to grips of like, you know, not having a car because I still have to get around after school, we get to Burger King. And so my homegirl, she's like, you know, Sasha, as I call her, she comes, and I'm like, I open the door and it's like a dude in the car. I'm like, who is this nigga? Like, I don't know who this nigga is. Like, so we all looking like, bro, what happened? And she just proceeds to tell all of us how her and my roommate basically had got into it in Panama City to come pick us up. She felt like, my roommate at the time felt like it was, I guess it wasn't enough room in the car, because honestly her car was small. I'm not gonna lie, her car was small, but she felt like pretty much like we needed to find our own way. And my homegirl was just told her straight up, if you don't like what I have to say, you can get up out my car. And she opened the door and she left. And my friend, she sped off and left her in Panama City with no ride. Like, I mean, I wasn't there, but I was just like, whoa, this is too much drama for my life. So the dude in the car was like, well, I ain't gonna leave this my ride. Which I don't blame him, because if I just seen another chick got left, I'm finna ride in the car with everybody else. So basically, we all pile up, me, my cousin, my friend Stasia, Chloe, and this nigga that we don't even know. And we drive back to Tallahassee. And long story short, after that, we just had a pool party at the crib. And that is the time, the spring break edition of the time that I got hit by a deer. Sad but true. Thanks. And if you like my story time, you want me to do some more spring break story times or other story times, you know, just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll do more for you.